this morning. Lovely to see all those daffodils looking so bright and yellow as well. Right, for a wife with young children, being separated from your husband for weeks at a time can, of course, be stressful and lonely. In 2009, military wife Clare Macnaughton started a blog online about being married to someone who's in the forces, and it's now being turned into a book. And Claire's with us here in the studio to talk a little bit about it. Where did the idea first come from then, Claire?
For the book or the blog or... Well, basically I wrote a ghostwriter book with a Royal Marine Major. I've always wanted to write, and I've written since I was 8 years old, really. It's just I haven't necessarily always published what I've written. And after I'd written the book, I thought I need to start writing and have more editorial control over what I write so that I can write more freely. So I started blogging. And then as I started blogging, the parent blog community was sort of just emerging. You know, there's a sort of a big culture of mummy blogging. And so I started looking at, you know, you sort of have to look at your own unique voice within that mass of voices. And I was sort of recommended that I should start writing as a modern military mother. And so that's how it all evolved, really.
And it is very much a warts and all blog. You don't pull any punches about how difficult life is when you're, and it applies, I guess, to military partners, but also to anybody whose other half, whose husband is away from home for extended periods of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about being married to the military. I think it's difficult being a career woman and having children and trying to exist in that world without having the sort of added factor of the military as well. The military just brings in this new element to it because the nature of the business is so demanding on the partner that serves that it means that you become the sort of the person that is the sort of the anchor of home. But obviously my profession as well as writing is PR and communications, and I work in solo ocean yacht racing, so I don't necessarily have a particularly stable career 9-to-5 job either.
I think we've got a little bit of video, home video, I presume, that you've given us, which might give people a bit of an insight. It's a bit of home video where we hear from your husband. Let's have a listen.
So soon we go to Afghanistan.
Soon I go to Afghanistan.
Yes, and I don't. And I just was really interested to know how you feel about going.
I'm excited, looking forward to it, mildly apprehensive. Things have changed a bit since I was last there, so...
What's changed?
Battle space, the airspace. It's a lot more complicated now, there's a lot more Americans there for start, it's a much busier place. Britain's pretty much moved out of Kandahar into Bastions, and Bastions 4 times bigger than when I was last there.
We don't see your husband for security reasons because of the work that he does out there. I mean, you knew you were marrying a military man when you got married, but do you think... Is it everything you expected it to be, or is it a good deal more difficult?
I had no expectations. I think that maybe that's naive on my part, but I didn't really know much about military life. I'm not from a military family. I'm not part of the military culture. But I think in addition to not having any knowledge, and also I think from our perspective, before we got married and when we were sort of courting, for want of a better expression, I talked about my need for independence and my need for freedom, and I think he was naive as well, because we thought the military had changed and that you could operate more independently and freely and more equally. But then nobody knew, you know, we got married in 2001. Nobody knew how Afghanistan was going to evolve. Nobody knew about Afghanistan when we got married. And I think the endurance of the conflict is part of that difficulty, in that the British military are under so much pressure. They're working so hard, their resources are being reduced.
But so are those who are left behind too.
And that puts pressure on us, yeah, because, you know, I had a situation where my husband was away 8 weeks on, 8 weeks off, and then 3 months away. So, you know, that's a lot of time away.
Well, we wish you luck with the book, and with ongoing childcare and juggling. Clare Macnaughton's book, A Modern Military Mother, Tales from the Domestic Frontline, is, I think it's safe to say, it pulls no punches.
No, and it's available on Amazon.
Yeah. No, exactly.
No, it's not. It's not available.
It's available as from tomorrow if you want to get hold of a copy anyway. Now,